authority to take assertive action, and one of the things that he needs to do is to protect the environment. Whether it's the director of EPA, whether it's the director of agriculture, whether it's the director of the Department of Natural Resources, under the stormwater conservation system, we want authority for those folks to do whatever is necessary to make sure that we address the problems that the director referred to. With Grand Lake St. Mary's, with Western Basin of Lake Erie, we know that for the most part, farmers maintain their farms very well and take good care of the animals that they have and take good care of the waste products coming off those farms. But we know by the preponderance of evidence as indicated by Grand Lake St. Mary's and by the Western Basin of Lake Erie that that doesn't happen on a consistent enough basis. And we want to make sure that the agencies that are in charge have the tools in their toolbox, the statutory tools in the toolbox to do their job.
Follow-up questions? Mr. Chairman, I'm not sure I want to take exception with your comments because I think maybe your comments aren't as clear as they need to be because there are some parts of your comment I agreed with. However, my understanding, having lived and dealt with this issue, particularly with Grand Lake St. Mary's for a long time, is that there have been virtually no records of problems with permitted facilities regulated by the Department of Agriculture contributing to Grand Lake St. Mary's problem. Largely the problems that we're dealing with, and I thought this was accepted by the Environmental Council, I know your local members who I talked to have accepted this, are largely dealing with the non-permitted facilities or the facilities that are below the permitting numbers. And so I guess, again, going back to your premise that the regulator or the cop on the beat needs to have the tools, my understanding is that since livestock permitting has been in the Department of Agriculture, the cop on the beat has had a heck of a lot more tools and a lot more effectiveness regulating those permitted operations than we ever had when the cop on the beat was the EPA regulating the same permitted agricultural operations. So if we've got more tools and more authority and a cleaner track record of regulating livestock operations, I guess to me it makes sense to give them the authority to also regulate the permitted discharges because frankly, I've dealt with both as a lawyer and as a legislator. When they get into these scenarios dealing with livestock, Department of Ag has a lot more muscle, a lot more clout than EPA ever had in dealing with these processes and getting the matters resolved faster. So I don't want to take exception because I didn't think you were targeting your comments at the permitted operations based on my conversations and experience with your members. But I am, with regard to where this proposal is going, we're talking about permitted operations. And to me it makes good logical sense to consolidate those for efficiency.
Mr. Chairman, Senator Faber, I agree with you. If you do the numbers, if you do the math on that, the problems add up to you've got a lot more non-permitted farms than you have permitted farms. I agree that that is largely the source of those. Whatever agency is overseeing that, they need to have statutory tools in their toolbox.
Additional questions for the witness, Senator Gibbs.
Thank you, Mr. Logan.